First, let me say Radhe Radhe to each and every one of you, and my pranam, my humblest prostrations to each and every one of you here today. Continuing in this Gita Saptah, 7 series of lectures on Gita. So I told you last night that the topic tonight will be Sharanagati, surrender. What is the meaning of surrender as stated in Gita? But before we go into that, as customary, let's all join in Harinam Sankirtan, chanting the divine name of the Lord for a few minutes. Again, I humbly request everyone to try to sing as loud as you can, clap, sing. Let us make Bhagwan very happy that whatever words from the scripture comes afterwards, it will be able to go into our heart and have the best and greatest effect on us. Bhajo Giridhar Govinda Gopala, Bhajo
Giridhar Govinda Gopala,
Bhajo Giridhar Govinda Gopala,
Bhajo Giridhar Govinda Gopala,
Bhajo Giridhar Govinda Gopala,
Bhajo Giridhar Govinda Gopala,
Bhajo Giridhar Govinda Gopala,
Bhajo Giridhar Govinda Gopala,
Bhajo Giridhar Govinda Gopala,
Bhajo Giridhar Govinda Gopala,
Bhajo Giridhar Govinda Gopala,
Bhajo Giridhar Govinda Gopala,
Bhajo Giridhar Govinda Gopala,
Bhajo Giridhar Govinda Gopala.
Now, try to be very attentive and listen very carefully. Bhagwan Krishna says to Arjun, Tat prasadad davapnoti, Tat prasadat param shantim, sthanam prapsasi shashvatam. Chapter 18, verse 62, Gita. Arjun, only by His grace, prasad means kripa, grace. Only by His grace will you be able to attain supreme peace, divine bliss. Arjun said, my Lord, who is He? By whose grace who are you speaking about? Shri Krishna said, by God's grace. Now, Arjun bahu chalu the. He was very smart. He said, my Lord, Krishna, I do not know any Bhagwan. I know only you. So please tell me something I can understand. Bhagavan was now forced to admit, mat prasada davapnoti shashwatam paramavyayam. Chapter 18, verse 56, Gita. Arjun, I am He through whose grace you'll be able to attain your ultimate goal in life of supreme happiness, divine bliss. But how are we going to attain that grace of Shri Krishna? So he says himself, Tameva sharanam gaccha sarvabhavena bharata. Chapter 18, verse 62, the first line. Arjun, only the one who takes shelter in me, who surrenders to me. Ev means only. Tamev, only the one who takes shelter, who surrenders to me, will I shower my grace on him, or he will be able to attain my grace. Daivi hesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mame vaye prapadyante maya metantarantite. Chapter 7, verse 14. Again the word ev, mamev. This is my one and only condition, Arjun. Completely surrender to me. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana parupasate tesham nitya bhyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Chapter 9, verse 22, Gita. Those who worship me exclusively and surrender themselves wholeheartedly unto me, to them I bring attainment of what they do not have, and I protect what they have. Complete surrender. If you remember, when I began the Gita, in the very beginning, when both armies are facing each other, on the one side the Kauravas, one side the Pandavas, they have all blown their shank, the conch shell, to signal the war to start. And suddenly Arjun said, I'm not going to fight. Bhagwan says to Arjun, Atache tvamimam dharmam sangramam nakarishyasi tatah swadharmam kirtam cha hitva papamavapsyasi. Chapter 2, verse 33. Arjun, you are a Kshatri, a member of the warrior clan. And so it's your duty to fight the war. If you don't fight this war, it is a pap, a sin, for which you will have to go to hell. Then Arjun said, okay, if I don't fight the war, it's a sin that I will have to go to hell. What happens if I fight the war? Hato va prapsasi swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim. chapter 2, verse 37, Gita. The one before, chapter 2, verse 33. Arjun, if you die while fighting this war, you will go to heaven, Swarg. And if you're victorious, if you win, you become king of the whole world. Either way, you emerge a winner, since one of these is bound to happen. Arjun said, okay. But tell me, my Lord, will I find true happiness, true peace in heaven? Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam kshine punye martyalokam vishanti evam tai dharmanupapanna gatagatam kama kama labhante. Chapter 9, verse 21. No, Arjun. There is no peace, no happiness to be found in heaven, Swarg. This I did in detail with you, the whole lecture on heaven, Swarg. That there is no happiness, even in heaven. That's not the aim. So Arjun said, my Lord, it means I have to avoid heaven too. And I need not ask you about the happiness of this world, since I have not experienced even the tiniest particle of true happiness during my kingship. So it means I am bounded on all sides. If I refuse to fight the war, I go to hell. If I fight the war, I get this material earth, this world, or I go to heaven. I am bounded on all sides, trapped. Bhagwan said, yes, Arjun. This is what I am saying. Do not do good and do not do bad. Huh? What do you mean? Do not perform the action of fighting the battle. Do not perform the action of not fighting the battle and fight the battle. Hey, Bhagwan. What kind of puzzle is this? Arjun, the one who solves this puzzle, becomes eternally gratified. My Lord, do you mean I should do nothing? Yes, Arjun. But my Lord, you had said before in Gita, Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishthatya karmakrit. Chapter 3, verse 5. That no one can remain inactive even for a moment. Kshanamapi. Then how are we going to attain this state of complete inactivity? So Bhagwan says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. Chapter 18, verse 66. Renounce all dharma, all duty, all obligations, and take shelter in me alone. Surrender to me. Arjun said, my Lord, but I had already told you in the second chapter that I am your completely surrendered disciple. Shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. Chapter 2, verse 7, Gita. Yes, Arjun. You did say that. But at that time, there was something wrong. At that time, you were afraid of dharma. You were afraid of violating your moral and ethical duties. Now I am asking you to renounce both dharma as well as adharma. I told you, remember? Dharman means dharma plus adharma, virtue as well as vice. It's included. Renounce all virtues, all vices, and take shelter in me alone. But then Arjun said, my Lord, if I do not perform my duty, you yourself says you have to do duty. If I don't do my duty, will I not be committing sin, pap? Bhagwan says, yes. If you don't surrender to me, if you're not surrendering to me, you're not a bhakt, a devotee, you haven't taken shelter in me, then you are committing pap, sin. But The moment you surrender, you take shelter in me. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma suchaha. Chapter 18, verse 66, second line. Don't despair, don't worry. Because you are under my shelter, you have surrendered to me, I will release you from all pap, all sins, and give you everything divine. So, if we do good actions, that is dangerous. We'll go to heaven. Heaven is not a good place. Remember I told you, the Vedas are telling us the greatest fool wants to go to heaven. And if we do bad actions, that's also dangerous. We go to hell. So renouncing both dharma as well as adharma, good actions as well as bad actions, is called surrender or sharanagati. Look, if the army of a country surrenders to the enemy, what does it mean? They can't do anything. You have surrendered. If a businessman declares bankruptcy to the government, what does it mean? He can't do anything. In the same way, sharanagati or surrender means complete inactivity. This complete inactivity is the condition for attaining God's grace. Okay, let me help you to understand. I'm sure most of you are familiar with the Katha of Draupadi. Dushashan, the brother of Duryodhan, grabbed Draupadi by her hair, dragging her into the court, and said to her, "See if anybody will protect you." Draupadi thought, when I have 5 husbands sitting here, Yudhishthir, Bhimsen, Arjun, Nakul and Sahadev, then what's the need for Bhagavan? And each husband was such that no one in the world could compete with them. They were top, both as spiritual man and physical man. In the world, if a woman has a husband who's a little bit powerful, you see how she walks, how she struts when she walks. Huh? You know, my husband is. Imagine the condition of that woman who has 5 husbands of the caliber I just mentioned. Who does Dusashan think he is? Let him try to raise my dress, my sari. Bhimsen will break every teeth in his mouth. But when she looked towards Bhimsen, he put his head down. No problem. There's Arjun, Gandiv Dhari, the one who's holding the Gandiv bow. He will break every teeth in his mouth. But when she looked towards Arjun, he also put his head down. One by one, each husband put their head down, as they no longer had the right to defend her or protect her. Draupadi now looked towards the elders of the court. Dhritarashtra, Dronacharya, Bhishma Pitamaha. But they also put their head down, for they also didn't have the right to protect her. Draupadi started thinking in her mind, what the saints and scriptures say is true. Everybody is selfish. Surrender is coming, but very slowly. Now, while this thing was going on, this incident, Bhagwan Krishna was sitting in Dwarika, in his palace. He was eating, and he was being served by his main queen, Rukmini, the descension of Mahalakshmi. So she was serving him, and he was eating. Suddenly, he put a morsel of food in the mouth, was chewing it. He picked up another morsel, and he remained like this. He didn't swallow the one that was in the mouth, didn't put the other one in the hand in the mouth, nor put it down. He remained like this. Rukmini panicked. Oh my God. Maybe there's a hair in the rice, or a stone in the dal, in the soup. It happens sometimes. People are careless. The servants may have been careless. Somebody didn't tie their hair properly. So she's panicking. Swami, oh my Lord, what happened? What's the matter? Rukmini, one of my devotee, is in great difficulty. A grave situation. Rukmini said, my Lord, well, why don't you go and save that devotee? I can't go yet to Rukmini. She has not completely surrendered to me as yet. This is my law. Complete surrender. Now, back at Hastinapur, Dushashan again taunted Draupadi. Since there was no one here to protect you, I'm going to make you naked right here, right now. Draupadi decided to protect her honor by catching the edge of the sari between her teeth. But Dushashan was so powerful, he had the strength of 10,000 elephants. He gave a little jerk, out came the sari, the edge. It was now that Draupadi remembered there was one to save her. Up went her hands. You see, this is surrender. That's why when we say Jai Jai Shri Radhe, we raise our hand. Up went the hands. Hanath Dwarikavasin. Her Lord Shri Krishna. This was the moment of complete surrender. Immediately there was Ambara Avatar, a special descension. The Lord Himself became her sari. And pull as he will and try as he must, as he could, Dushashan could not disrobe her. So for doing nothing, we will get everything. So merciful our Lord is. He doesn't ask us for anything. Chup! Remain quiet. Let me talk. The Lord says, this is my divine law. The moment you stop doing everything, I will do everything for you. A newborn child cannot do anything for himself. The mother takes full responsibility for the child. Cannot do anything. But as the child starts to grow up and starts doing things for himself, herself, the mother too starts lessening her responsibility in the same amount. Until one day the child is able to do everything by themselves. The child gets up by himself, goes to the bathroom, takes a bath, eats, goes to school, comes back, everything. And one day the child is late. He's quite big now, a teenager. And the father says, where's Ramesh? Oh, he's become a loafer now. He's gone with the friends somewhere. But that same Ramesh, when he was only 5 years old and just 5 minutes late from school or 5 minutes late from anywhere, both parents panicked and ran off looking for him. Oh my God. I hope he did not get into an accident. I hope someone didn't kidnap him. The point is, as long as we are the doer, as long as there is the pride that I am the doer, God also does. But only the work of noting our thoughts and ideas and rewarding or punishing us accordingly. Na datte kasachit papam na chaiva sukritam vibhu. Chapter 5, verse 15, Gita. But the moment we start surrendering to God, He too starts showering His grace upon us in the same amount. You surrender 1%, 1% grace. 10%, 10% grace. 50% surrender, 50% grace. 100% surrender, complete surrender. Then God law comes in front. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishami ma shucha. Tesham nitya bhyuktanam yogakshemam baham yaham. He takes our full responsibility on His shoulder. He takes over now. So we have to completely surrender. But what to surrender? This is very important, as this is mostly misunderstood, what we have to surrender. Most so-called gurus tell their disciples, my child, when you go to sleep, when you go to bed, just say this, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sarvam Shri Krishnar Paramastu, Ramar Paramastu. In other words, the Lord is my sole refuge. I surrender myself to Him. Just say that. But this is verbal surrender. Words. This is just like a person who drinks all night long, and in the morning he begs for forgiveness. Sham ko khoob si pi. Sham ko khoob si pi. Subha ko toba kar li. Subha ko toba kar li. Rind ke rind rahe. Rind ke rind rahe. Haath se jannat na gayi. Haath se jannat na gayi. In this way, he does all his wrong thing in the morning, he begs for forgiveness, and in this way, not only does he not have to give up his bad actions, but he also does not lose the opportunity of going to Jannat, heaven. Many people, Hindus, do Sandhya. Sandhya, the morning and evening oblation. For the morning Sandhya, a little water is taken in the right hand, and the hand is brought here. And the following mantra is said, Suryascha ma manyuscha manyu patayascha manyu kratebhya papebhyo rakshantam yadratra papamakārsham manasa vacha hastabhyam padbhyam udarena shishna ratis tadavalumpatu yat kinchit duritam. After saying this mantra, the water is thrown under the left hand to the back like this. What is the meaning of this mantra? O Lord, whatever sins I have committed during the night, with my hand, feet, mouth, or any sense organ, let it be washed away. The throwing of the water in the back signifies the washing away of the sin. For the evening Sandhya, one word is changed in the mantra, so night becomes day. Night, yadratra, day, yadahana, papamakārsham manasa vacha hastabhyam padbhyam udarena shishna, etc. In other words, And again the water is thrown. O Lord, whatever sins I have committed during the day, with my hands, feet, mouth, or any other sense organ, let it be washed away. This kind of jokey, funny surrender will not work. God does not care about words. The kingdom of God is not in words, the Bible says. Words of no importance to Bhagwan. Whether you can speak Sanskrit, English, French, Spanish, or no language. He does not care about words. So if surrender is not to be done physically, verbally, or ceremoniously, how are we to surrender? First thing, who or what is the performer of our actions? Is it our hand, our feet, our mouth, our eye, our ears, our nose? Are these the performer of the actions? No. What is? Man eva manushyanam karnam bandhamokshayoho. Brahma Bindu Upanishad. Second mantra. The Vedas say, listen carefully, man, the mind, ev, alone. Man eva manushyanam, people, human beings. Karanam is the cause, bandhan, bondage, moksha, liberation. The mind alone is the cause of bondage as well as liberation. The mind is the performer of the actions, not the sense organs. God does not note what you do physically. He notes only where the mind is. This is the mistake we make. We do everything physically. Bow, go visit all places of pilgrimage, sing all the names of Bhagavan, do everything physically. Where the mind is, we don't pay attention. And that's why we don't benefit. Because we don't pay attention to the main thing, the mind. This is why all the rishis and yogis have taken hold of the mind. All the responsibility lies with the mind alone. Bhagwan Krishna says to Arjun in the Gita, Mayeva mana adhasva, may buddhim niveshaya. Chapter 12, verse 8, Gita. Arjun, give your mind and intellect to me alone. Stop thinking. This is surrender. When it comes to the scriptures, to God's words, to the Guru who is a saint, we should not apply the mind. Not even 0.1%. Sorry, let me say it again. 0.00001%. Not even that amount. Let me give you a katha to illustrate this. I'm sure you all are familiar with Harishchandra katha. The guru of Harishchandra was Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra told Harishchandra to give away all his wealth in the kingdom. The whole treasury. Give away everything. Harishchandra didn't question. He gave away everything. Having given away everything, now Vishwamitra comes and says, I want 10,000 gold coins. Now Harishchandra never said, Guruji, I just gave away everything. Where I'm going to find 10,000 gold coins for you? He said, okay, Guruji. Just give me a little time. Thoda samay dijiye. So he went and he started to work because there was nothing in the kingdom, but he still could not get that amount of gold coins. So he sold himself. Bech diya apne aap ko. He sold himself, became a slave. he became a caretaker of a crematorium, a cremation ground, cremating dead bodies. And slowly, he was able to pay that debt. But as soon as that incident, as this debt was paid off, a snake bit his son, and the son died. The wife came with the son in the hand. "Oh, Swami, my husband, she is very poor. This is your son. I have nothing here with me to pay you. Please cremate him." Harishchandra said, "No, I cannot go against the wishes of my master. I am a slave now. If I were to cremate this child free, I'll be going against the order of my master. You have to pay. Give me something." She says, "I have nothing. Give me a piece." She had not much clothes on anyhow. "Give me a piece of your sari as payment." And the wife said, "Okay." And she took the sari and was ripping it, and suddenly Bhagwan appeared. Bhagwan appeared. Harishchandra, also, Vishwamitra also appeared. Enough, stop. That's it. No more tests for you. You've passed all your tests. Jagadguru Shree Kripaluji Maharaj, my Guruji, has made a beautiful verse in Radha Madhav Dham about this. Guru Agya Palan hi, Guru Agya Palan hi, Govind Radhe, Harishchandra ko golok दिला दे. गुरु आज्ञा पालन ही गोविंद राधे, हरिश्चंद्र को गोलोक दिला दे. Just by following the instructions of the Guru, Guru Agya Palan hi, only by following the instructions of his Guru, Harishchandra went to Golok. Nothing else, just follow the Guru's instruction. He didn't do any sadhana, anything. He just followed his Guru's instructions. Agya samana susahib seva. Seva means to follow Guru's instructions. To do what your mind say, that is not seva. Not what you like. Then you become Guruji. You know what is better than Guru. So we have to completely remove the intellect, the mind. Just like when, as a little child, you go to school, you went to school, and the teacher said, today we are going to spell knife. So I want you to spell, put first, now put K first. K-N-I-F-E. Nobody objected and said, no sir, you should put N first. We accepted. We never applied. If anybody objected, then you will remain illiterate. You are sick. You go to the doctor. Oh, doc, pain all over the body. The doctor tests you and says, okay, take one drop, ek boond, one drop of this medicine in water 3 times a day. And you listen to the doctor, you surrender to the doctor, you follow the instructions and you get better. But somebody says, doc, One drop? Look how big my body is. What is one drop going to do? Give me the whole bottle one time, so I'll get better really quickly. The doctor says, he's crazy, pagal. Take him away to the mental asylum. First we have to cure him mentally, then we can cure him physically. Now, we can cure that riddle, that puzzle that Bhagwan Krishna had given to Arjun. Remember it? Do not perform the action of fight in the battle. Do not perform the action of not fight in the battle, and fight the battle. What Bhagwan Krishna meant was that since the mind alone is the performer of the action, we have to give the mind, surrender the mind to Krishna. Attach our mind to God and perform our duty in the world. In one line of the Gita, one line, the whole philosophy of the Gita comes. One line. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhya cha. Chapter 8, verse 7, Gita. Bhagwan Shree Krishna says to Arjun, Arjun, Tasmat sarveshu, at all place, kaleshu, at all times, mam anusmara, remember me, attach your mind to me, and yudhya cha, you are Kshatri, do your duty, fight the war. This is what Karma Yoga means. Oh, many people talk about Karma Yoga. Very few understand. Bhakti, our mind attached to Krishna, that is bhakti. Bhakti plus dharma plus karma, that is Karma Yoga. In this way, if our mind is attached to Krishna and we perform our duty, our karma in the world, even if we do everything wrong, physically, but because the mind is attached to Krishna, we get the fruit of the mind only. We get the fruit of our bhakti. And so we'll become free from all virtuous as well as evil actions. Mai arpita mano buddhir mame vaivassa sanshayam. Chapter 8, verse 7, Gita, the second line. Arjun, if your mind and intellect is surrendered to me like that, you will certainly come to me. There is no doubt about that. So surrender is the mind. Everything lies with the mind alone. Detachment, the mind. Bhakti, the mind. Everything, the mind. Man. 99.99% of what we see as devotion, as spirituality in the world in this age of Kali Yuga is all physical. No one teaches us that this is the main thing. Everything is physical. Read this Sundar Khan. Read this, do this Hanuman Chalisa. Read so much Gita. Do this words. Go march in Charo Dham, the 4 places of pilgrimage. Mecca, Medina, Jerusalem. Physical drill going around Govardhan mountain. Where the mind is, nobody is paying attention. And this is the main thing. The mind. One devotee says, Ratnakarastava griham grihini cha padma kim deyamasti bhavate jagadishwaraya. My Lord, for what you are going to give me, everything divine, everything spiritual, supreme happiness, divine knowledge. What can I give you in return? You live in Ratnakar, Kshir Sagar, in which there are the best types of jewels and gems. Your wife is Mahalakshmi, the goddess of wealth. And besides, you are Jagadish, the Lord of the universe. What can I give to you, my Lord? Oh, I remember. There is one thing I have that you don't. I am rich in that thing, and you are poor. Radha rito hi manaso, manasosti dainyam, kim te nakmiti. Radha. Vrishabhanu Nandini, the daughter of King Vrishabhanu, Radha, has stolen your heart, your mind. You don't have a mind. So I'll give you minds. I know it is very dirty, very bad, but I'm giving it to you. This dirty mind, this very bad, dirty mind, we give to Bhagavan. That is surrender. God says, just how you are, come to me. Don't act. Just like how you are, come. Don't try to act for Bhagavan. So this dirty mind we give to him. And God takes that dirty mind, he cleans it and gives it divine power. Makes it divine. All this hard work he has to do. This is why he is called Akaran Karun, causelessly merciful. Now, in surrendering to Bhagavan, to Shri Krishna, to Radha Krishna, there are some things we have to be very careful of in order to benefit. Jagadguru Ramanujacharya has given 3 Kapuya Charan. These are 3 things we have to be very careful of. They are very dangerous. The first Kapuya Charan is called Jimma Bhav. This means the absence of simplicity, naivety. The heart, the mind has to be made very simple. Simplicity is compulsory in devotion. Sarala swabhav naman kutilai. No kutilai. No acting. Because if there is no simplicity, there will be artificiality. And first we're going to act with the world, and then we're going to act with Bhagavan and Guru too. The second Kapuya Charan is called Anritta Bhav. This means there is deception, deceit, fraud in the heart. Nirmal man jana so mohi pava, mohi kapat chala chidra na bhava. As long as there is deception, deceit, fraud in the heart, in the mind, we cannot surrender to Bhagavan, to God, to Shri Radha Krishna. And the third Kapuya Charan is called Maya Bhav. This is showing off, publicity. This is very dangerous. You come to Radha Madhav Dham, bhajan, kirtan is going on in a very nice way, and you feel some emotions in the heart, or you go before a murti of Radha Rani, and you remember all the wrong things you have done, and tears comes to the eye, and you start screaming and shouting. You stop the entire mandir, ashram. Everybody looks, oh wow, this lady is experiencing the separation of the gopis. That lady fights with her husband, father and children every day. And if you pass close to her and by mistake give her a little push, you see the real side of her. And here she's pretending to be of a higher class than the gopis. If tears come to the eyes, that's good. It has to come, it should come. Why do you have to start screaming and shouting, causing harm to others? This publicity is such a thing. It comes in the heart, in the mind. I am a great devotee. And that little feeling you will get in those 2 tears, you're going to lose that too. That's how dangerous this publicity is. Don't show. No matter how much good qualities you may have, always feel I am the worst. Don't let pride come. Now, we may have wondered why we have not surrendered to Bhagwan Krishna so far. And we may think it's maybe because we have never heard of the need to surrender or what surrender is. But no, as I've been telling you from day one, we, the individual souls, are beginningless. We're not a body. This body belongs to us. The Jivatma, the soul, is beginningless. Ever since God have existed, we, the souls, have also existed. We are also beginningless. It means we have taken human birth uncountable times. We have met saints uncountable times, and they have told us about the need to surrender uncountable times. Then why have we not surrendered so far? Well, the Tri Kapuya Charan I told you about, that's one of the reasons. Also, Bhagwan Krishna says to Arjun in the Gita, Namam dushkritino mudha prapadyante naradhamaha Mayaya prahitagyana asuram bhavamashritaha. Chapter 7, verse 15, Gita. Bhagwan Krishna says, there are 4 kinds of people who can't surrender to me. Thousands of people have done translation of this verse in the Gita. What I am going to give you is the translation done by Jagadguru Ramanujacharya. I'm going to give you the best. So according to him, the first class of people who can't surrender to Sri Krishna, they are called Mudha. Mudha means fools. These people know absolutely nothing. They have no idea at all about who or what God is. They have never read or heard anything. They have never found the right atmosphere. These people merely take bath and live their lives, which according to them means getting a good job, owning money and putting it in the bank, getting married, having children, and so on. That's all they think life is. After leading such a meaningless life, these people die only to be born in lower forms of life in the next birth. Dog, cat, donkey, worm. The second class of people are called Naradham. These people are somewhat aware of who or what Shri Krishna, God, is. They have an idea. But they do very little towards their spiritual upliftment due to carelessness and laziness. The third class of people are called Mayaya Prahitagyana. The sole aim of these people is to argue and doubt. Everywhere doubt. Why is so-and-so written in Gita? Why is so-and-so written in Ramayana? Why is that written in the Bhagavad? Why did Ram hide behind a tree and kill Bali? Is he a saint? Why does he be like that? Why does he do this? Everywhere doubt. These people are unwilling to change our opinion about anything. They ask questions not with an interest to know, but to only argue it and prove others wrong. That's their only aim. And the fourth class of people are called Asuram Bhavamashitaha. Asur means Asur, Rakshas, demon. They have demonic tendencies. Their sole aim is to argue and fight. They have little concern whatsoever about who or what God is. They don't believe in God. And they will even stop others from taking God's name. If there is some talk about God going on somewhere, let's go and make some disturbance. Talk hard, play some music loudly, throw some stone. If they're sitting and some philosophical talk about God is going on, they become irritated, impatient. They get up and walk out. This is all nonsense. He's showing off. They can't take it. This kind of talk irritates them. The heart, the mind is so dirty. It can't go in. Now, since we have not surrendered to Bhagwan, to God so far, uncountable lifetimes have gone, it means we must belong to one of these categories. Now, which one? We're not murha. We are somewhat aware of who God is, what is Sri Krishna, Radha. That's why we're here. We also not the type to argue for the sake of argument. I hope not. Nor are we the type to stop others from taking God's name. This leaves only one category, Naradham. It means we know what to do, but we are too lazy and we are too careless to do it. How much time? Our Guru has told us everything. Day and night. He hardly sleeps, trying to uplift us. Do we listen? Do we follow his instruction? Every time we hear he gets sick, do you know why? He has said, I don't get sick. You people caused this. Because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're going against my instructions. Now, we may wonder why we're not interested. The reason for our carelessness may be because we're not interested. But I'm sure you have no doubt heard the saying, even in the world, first deserve and then desire. Even in this material world, we do not become perfect in something without effort, without practice, hard work. So how do we expect our heart, our mind is going to suddenly become so attracted to Krishna, to Radha Rani, that nothing in the world has any attraction for me anymore? Our minds have been attached to this material world from beginningless time and has formed that firm conviction that I will find happiness in the world. A new house, a new car, handsome boy, beautiful girl, you name it. If not today, tomorrow, but I will find it. To change that decision of the mind, it is very difficult, impossible for the worldly soul. That's why we have to go to the Guru, the real saint, the true Guru, and do satsang. Not just listen, we have to go close to him. Upasana means going close. We have to go from time to time and sit close to the Guru. Attach our mind to him. And slowly, slowly, the interest will come. If you do it in the right way. There is a right way and there is a wrong way. We have met saints uncountable times. The reason why we did not benefit, we associated in the wrong way. We went with doubt. We tried to test. We had abhiman, pride in us. And that doesn't work. What works? So we come into the final lecture in Gita Saptah. What Gita will do for us in our daily life, how to apply it in the daily life. That I will leave for the last lecture tomorrow. That's enough for today. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Shreemad Sadguru Sarkar ki, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe.